Hello, Henuel here. Welcome back to another round of gaming, and today we are playing a game I wanted to play for a long while with you, for you, and this one is Battletech, and in speciality it is the Total War, the RogueTech course correct version, and RogueTech is a very big mod for the gameplay of Battletech, and if you've never heard of Battletech, then let me give you a primer on the Battletech universe that's been around a very long time. And in universe, it's basically from the 80s to, well, way into the future, and some have called it historical documentation of the humanity's future. So yeah, you can take that with a grain of salt, but overall what you need to know is we had some technology, and humanity went off into the stars, and we, from Terra, we colonized the stars, and in a so-called Star League, and the Star League at some point, or the first even collapsed, and then a lot of noble houses emerged from that because of internal political strife and vying for power. And fueling all of that were machines called Battletechs, and these are mechs with weapons, and they were the new tanks, or the better tanks, and they evolved over time, and warfare was done with them in mind, or just with them, and it's basically pitting mechs against each other for different occasions. And with RogueTech, it's not only mechs here, it's also all of the army rosters with VTOLs, tanks, infantry, armor, whatever. Yeah, and what happened is the houses were subdued again, and then there was a big Star League, and this was on top, but below the surface there were still, of course, problems and troubles, and the Star League was then overthrown, and everything broke out into chaos. And because it was nobility based, the Star League was gonna be led by one person, and after the James Cameron died, I think his name was James Cameron, or at least the Cameron family, as the noble family was killed off, the seat was empty, and someone called Stephen Amaris did the rebellion, but in a very bad way, let's say that, and not everyone was very happy with him, and he just usurped the role, and then he was toppled as well, and now we've got the situation where all of this is with some time past, a lot of succession wars, some exodus of other contingents of the old Star League, and they coming back and having the so-called old lost tech, because the succession wars in the inner sphere that just depleted all of the technology and stuff. And then a few of the old ones came back, let's call them old ones, the clans, and they came back with better technology because they still had it and were evolving, whilst the inner sphere was plunged into disarray and just infighting and fighting over wall and technological loss. And we're gonna play here in Battletech on the multiplayer map in RogueTech, and we're not playing the campaign, of course. And what this is, we're gonna play a mercenary company and try to get more mechs, more stuff, and we're gonna try to make a mark in the world here and hope we can survive. And to do that, we're gonna have to do some settings for the game. So you can see here, overall difficulty is 0.4 right now. We can go into the minus by going, for example, with a generous salvage. We get more money, or more salvage, but that, of course, lowers the difficulty. I'm gonna leave this as is, and we're gonna go into what everything here means later on. You can just see it here, like something like friendly fire, where you can hit your own guys if you miss where you're shooting, and you can see here our salvage and money parts. So to get a new mech assembled, we need 5 parts. So basically a torso, and then all of the limbs. Yeah. And the only thing really important here is to choose where we want to start. And you can see here there's lots of starts we could do. We could do mercenary, we could do whatever. And there are some harder and some easier starts. You can go for one of the houses, you can go for something obscure like Taurian Concordate, one of the stronger so-called periphery houses or periphery forces. And they are, of course, none of the main ones. Yeah, or for example, we could go with clan. So me personally, I like clan Ghost Bear. But since I haven't played this in a very long while, but want to get back into it, we're gonna stay mercenary, we're gonna stay neutral, we're gonna do whatever it needs, what needs to be done to get money. So that's how we're gonna play. And we're gonna stay here. And we're gonna be mercenary. And I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna let you in once we are back in the character creation. Because we need a company leader. So, here we are in the character creation. So, first up, let's give us a little appearance here. Or, you know what, I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna come back with the appearance. And then we're gonna go over the stats, what we need and what they mean. So, we're back. And yeah, we're gonna get into the stats now. I took a picture, and this one is an old school picture of way back when of Battletech. And yeah, it has a Draconis Combine logo here, so ignore that. But overall, whatever you need, or what you need to pilot a mech is a helmet, and this is a neural helmet which interlinks or links with the machine, so this is the old school design of that. Anyway, let's go here and see where we went. We want to go mercenary, and I think I'm gonna go periphery either, or deep periphery, just we're coming from somewhere outside. And I think I'm gonna take deep periphery. And what that does is it gives us a background. So you can see here each character has some specialities, like this one. We come from an area of space outside the inner sphere, so the main body. And the periphery is known as the deep periphery. The exact borders of this region are vaguely defined, though not as thoroughly colonized as the periphery. The periphery is home to a number of interstellar states, such as the Hanseatic League and the Chain Lane Isles. The Hanseatic League is somewhere way off on the border to the, if you're looking on top of the map, on the northwestern part, and a bit on the, I'm gonna show that on the map later on the corridor from where the, or close to the corridor from where the clans came back. So we get some gunnery, and gunnery determines our chance to hit with a ranged weapon, and it mitigates the chance of jamming and misfiring. So there are some weapons that can jam and or misfire, and better gunnery means we are better at shooting. And you see here the stats we have, and gunnery is for shooting and jamming. Piloting is for getting increased melee hit chance, and especially reducing initiative. And yeah, for our speed and for our cover, so more or less in cover in quotation marks. Tactics increases our initiative as well, sensor rolls, and offsets accuracy penalty of offensive push, so some special things. And does some other stuff. So this one is shooting, this one is piloting the mech and giving us some pips and defense. This one's more about the overall tactics and stuff. And guts is basically our health. So the better the guts, the more health we have, the more we live. Let's say that, because you can die very quickly, and even your commander can die really, really quickly, and then he's gone. And then the new commander takes over, so you can still play on, but commander gone is commander gone. What did we have as an interest in our youth? I would say it was history or technology. What do we take? Let's take, what is history? Gives us bookish and lost tech experience. So bookish gives us increased sight and sensor range, which is nice in this game in RogueTech. And lost tech is defined as technology that was lost due to war and attrition and couldn't be replaced. So think about having the technology to build something, having all of the production facilities explode and got destroyed during war, and then also losing all the data sets you need to engineer it again, and at some point these were all lost, and then once all the equipment dies off, then you have no one who can repair it or build new ones, and then you get lost tech. Sometimes you find these, and they are very sought after in universe. If you have lost tech in universe, you have a big target on your back because everyone wants it, especially the ones with power and money. And once it is known that you have something like that, like an old mech or so, you will definitely get into trouble just because you have it. And this is pilot experience of Lothtex can lessen the strain on a mech base, so we get some additional points there. We're gonna go into what that is, and it reduces the operating cost of our ship, the Argo. So if we go for technology, it's also lost techs, and it's technician, which gives us pilot can provide additional hands in the mech bay, and additionally reduces the upkeep cost. So it's more or less the same. The one is more bookish and the other one is more hands-on. We could also go for survival because we were way in the deep periphery and it's all about survival at some point, where we get something more akin to we get better with the bravery, the guts, and the recklessness gives us more attack, but also more stuff. We could get for a more gambling thing, or we could be a spacer, so we could be in space, we are a pilot, and we know a thing or two about spacecraft and can help out. And what I want to do here is say we're gonna be going with the picture, old school history picture, so we are more into, we know some of the history and got some things here. And coming of age, we did not a quicksell beginning, we did not a commando veteran. I would say we were, I think we're gonna start off as being an enlisted MechWarrior either. So enlisted would mean we were part of one of the houses or some of the noble houses or other, and were enlisted in their roster. Or we could go for mercenary. The difference here being with this we get a bit of athletics, so pilot takes more beating and has more HP. We are a MechWarrior, so we got some bonuses, and we get an advanced unit. The other point I would see is freelancer, but I'm not really for that. With a history and deep periphery, I would say we're actually probably were an enlisted MechWarrior, probably I would say in the Hanseatic League or somewhere in the periphery, maybe Steiner, I'm not sure yet, because House Steiner is in the northwestern region close to the Hanseatic League, for example, as this was given as an example here. And war whenever changes, we get also brave, we get ex-military and some experience here, and we get a lost tech weaponry, so we could get some random stuff here. So we could choose between snub-nosed PPC and double heat sinks, or an Ultra AC5 with ballistics ammo, or LM15s with Artemis, and Artemis is a special thing. Going with what we have, I would either go mercenary or I would go enlisted MechWarrior. Let's say we were mercenary, we came into this, we are also mercenary, and we get a unit, a random one. And that is that, we're gonna confirm that. And here we are, war is business and business is hell, and welcome to the inner sphere. So, what is all of this? If you have skipped from the beginning, because I put, hopefully, some points in and some, timestamps that you can skip my rambling in the beginning and the start. If you're here, this is the main screen. You see one of the major things we need, that's funds, so-called C-bills, and they dictate everything. We got 2.5 million of that, and if you think that's much, that's nothing. That's gonna dry up very quickly. Every 30 days we need to pay some upkeep on the ship, on the crew, on the pilots, and on the machines and stuff. And you can see here with our meager beginnings, we're already eating through 300,000 of it. What else do we have? We have some morale system that's gonna come in later with resolve and in the fights. That's gonna help us out with some special abilities. We're gonna try to keep that up, but in the beginning that's not important. Not important. It's something you're gonna go after later. You see here we've got some points, some technical points, some medical points, so you can get injured, so people have to heal, and we need some doctors for that. And mech tech is what we need to repair and build and do stuff with our mechs. And otherwise we are in outreach, right in the middle of the inner sphere. We could hire someone here, and there's a store, of course. This is called the Argo. This is our Leopard. So this one is our spacecraft that's gonna transport our company through space, but it can't jump. For that we need some special jump trips. We will see them later. And this is a Leopard. That's a dropship that's gonna bring us down to the planet for missions. So that has the space for operations and putting some units in and bringing them down. And as you can see, the Argo is damaged substantially, so none of the habitats are working. That's where we later on live. The drives are damaged, the hull is damaged, all of that. And if we go into engineering, you can see that basically everything is damaged, and we have to do some ship upgrades, and they do different things. So we need structural upgrades, we need drive systems upgrades, so to get quicker we need some habitat pods. We have only one going for us now, so if we want to have more MechWarriors and or more personnel and get more units on the field, we need to have, of course, more slots for them to live. We also have to upgrade the drop size, so our Leopard has to be upgraded so that we have enough space to drop everything. And you can see here we can do some stuff. We're gonna get into that once we need that. We've got some mech and mech base, and can upgrade all of our technical stuff here and some training modules. And we've got the medical stuff, and all of this down here is the morale stuff, so we can help out with keeping this up. And in the beginning, I think I always start with getting the power conduits back up and then some structural changes, because we could go for repair scaffolding and get some more tech points. It's only 15 days, but getting the power gives us also a tech point, and it's only 10 days and some money. And I think it's a good start, and then we're gonna go probably for some structural changes. So, that is our, let's say, headquarters. So a bit like an XCOM 2, we've got a headquarter that's in space. Then we got some command stuff. You can see here we've got Darius, we've got Yang, we've got Samar and Farah. These are our, let's say, operators. And this is what it looks like to get some contracts. But for now, we want to first up check the navigation, because I want to see what is happening here. So, MERCnet system update. Weather for trade, settlement, or military expedition. Travel via our patented KF drive. Should Colonel Fujita drive. No surprise. Comstar Sprout to announce the update of Merc. Store filters, biome filters. Yeah, fine. So, this is the inner sphere. This one. This in the middle here is the inner sphere. This outside, you can see there's lots going on here. And we used outreach as, not outreach, we used deep periphery, and deep periphery means everything that's more or less outside of this ball in the middle, roughly speaking. So some stuff like that down here, Taurian Concordat, all the other stuff. And over here should be the Hanseatic League, the one we heard about. That should be down here somewhere? Or is it down over to the left here? I think that's the Hanseatic League. The current control is Oxamite Providence. No, that's not them. Yeah, well, maybe they're already off the field. This is an online map, so that's not the real lore accurate map, as this one is played by everyone and updated. And as you can see here, the Wolf Empire has the middle here. We've got the Draconis Combine having some stuff, who's out here. The Raven Alliance, we've got the clan stuff like Wrestlehack Dominion, we've got the Lion Commonwealth, so-called Steiner, we got some society here, whoever that is, we've got another Dominion part, Clan Jade Falcon is still here with a bit of stuff, Word of Blake is back, okay, interesting, and I think Wolves have all of that. Is it the Wolves down here? Anyway, as we are a mercenary, we are... yeah, I'm not limited to one faction. We're gonna do whatever is necessary to get some money, and as you can see here, there's lots of systems we could go to, but for now we're gonna stay here in the middle, and then we're gonna choose where we wanna go. And now let's look into what we've got here. So that's a mech, and that's weapons on the mech, and you can see here they've got systems. And what's special about these old machines, or these inner sphere machines so-called, is that they've got hard points. So they're not modular, we can't put everything in here. It's limited to what the machine gives us. So if we strip everything, we could have this inside, and then we are limited by whatever we have got. So let's look into this a bit more detailed, just to get an understanding of what we are working with. So this is a mech, and the mech has some quirks at some point. He's got armor, he's got structure, so armor saves us against more damage. Structural damage is bad, because structural damage will go and kill off or will be have to be repaired, and we can lose stuff. So if you look here and look closer, you can see that we've got full armor and some stuff, and if we lose that and that, then we lose the arm. And once the armor is gone, you can also lose stuff that's inside here. You can see there's some technical stuff needed to function for the arm, and our biggest weapon in here is an autocannon 20, and that needs a big slot here. And if we lose this arm, we lose this machine or this weapon. And you can see here it says it takes 14 tons and does 100 damage and has a certain range. So no minimum range. 180 meters is the optimal, and 360 is the max we can shoot at, with some minuses. And you can see there we can shoot twice and stuff. There are some special things. We're gonna get into that in the fight. This is a really strong weapon, but also a very, very costly one, and it's a very hard to fire one. And you can see here we've got other stuff in here, like engine, gyros, something we need. We can upgrade that, of course, later. You've got a cockpit where the pilot sits. And you can see here that our arm is very well covered, but our main torso is not. And right now we have nothing we could do to this other than maybe move around some stuff, like taking off armor from here. And we could take off like armor from here. We can do things, and we can play around with stuff like this. So we could go way more armor in the middle, and if you lose some stuff, we have to repair that. And if you lose the center torso or stuff where the engine is, the mech can be lost after a mission. And losing a mech is very costly, because these are the machines we need to fight, and getting a new one or getting some repaired is hard, and it's they're very, very valuable. We're not gonna go for the armor stuff right now. That's for later. As you saw, it would take us 3 days just to get this one going. I just wanted to show you what this entails. We've got another one. This one is a Sentinel. It's a 40-tonner. There's also a class system you can see here. So 50 tons. There is light mechs. They go up to 30 tons. We've got medium mechs. They go up to 50 or 55, I think. Then you got heavy mechs. They go up to like 70 tons, 75 tons. And then you've got assault mechs. And the bigger the number of tonnage, the higher the damage and potential and stuff you've got, the armor and all of that. Of course, the trade-off here is speed. So this one is slower than a Javelin, for example. Yeah, and this one is a Centurion 9 HA. and this is, as you can see here, a departure from the stock Centurion, because normally it has an AC-10 and now it suddenly has an AC-20, and it took out a medium laser for that. And we come to the weapons when we fight, but you have basically cannons, autocannons and other stuff. You've got energy weapons and you've got missiles. And these two need munitions, and lasers you can shoot on their own, but lasers do a lot of heat, and you can see something here, heat efficiency. And that means whatever we shoot, do, and whatever we really do on the battlefield pushes up the heat meter, and once the heat meter is up, we can't do much more, and we've got some heat sinks in the machine, and the trade-off is here. You have to decide what you shoot and what you do to keep the heat meter in check. Then let's see the Sentinel. The Sentinel is a medium battle mech built for Defiance Industries and under the exclusive contract for the Lion Commonwealth, so Steiner, and is an infantry support installation defense mech. So it's from an older part of the universe, and you can see here it has improved communications, some structure, some stuff. And as for weapons, we've got a small laser, that's this one. We've got an autocannon 5, Ultra AC5, which is more or less a very good weapon, but we have to be very careful about this one. We don't want to lose that. Let's check where the Ultra Cannon sits. It sits in the arm, so we should protect the left arm. We should not lose this one, as this is a very nice weapon. We've got some missiles, some short-range missiles here, and the small laser, and that's basically it. And this thing is made out of paper, so not much we have here. The Javelin is a light mech, a scout mech. This one has, as you can see, an SRM-6, and I think that's the variant with 2 SRM-6s. So we've got one down here, a second one here, in the left torso and the right torso. This thing doesn't have much armor as well. You can see here 680 for the Centurion, 440, 320, and then we come down to a Fireball. This was a quick response battle mech built as a direct result of the clan's elemental infantry. Oh, okay. So is this 20-tonner, is it the light mech or is it elementals? I have to see, never seen that before. We are playing in a timeline where I'm a bit out of my league on what's here. So this one has an MG, it has 2 medium lasers, it has an XL engine which makes it quicker but also gives more critical points that can go boom. Yeah, okay. This looks like a small little mech armor thingy. A very small 20-tonner. Let's check what the barrack says, and that's our crew. So you can see here, that's the crew we have in the beginning, and this is us. This is Henuel. You can see here we can upgrade stuff. There are some special abilities we're gonna get into. We also got someone here who's Tactics 10. What is this? Never seen a start with a crazy amount of experience on someone. What has happened here? He can also, you see, he can pilot a mech, he can pilot a tank, he can pilot a VTOL, he can pilot some flying units, and he can pilot lambs. Lambs are a mix of flying units and mechs, and they trade off some of the power and armor for the agility of some of the flying units. And I really have never seen someone being this high. So he's a tactician, he gets mech sight and sensor range and advanced sensor and initiative. And he gets, for 2 turns, company units gain sensor check. Okay, so he's our sensor guy. So he's gonna get the advanced communication unit. And let's quickly check his service record. This is Diamond, so Modibo Burger. Diamond, one of our main guys. He has no affinities, of course, because we haven't done anything. He's an Aurigian. He's coming from the Aurigian Coalition. He's also from the periphery. He's also a technician. He is Comstar affiliated, so former Comstar adept. Comstar is the basically T-Mobile telecom provider here in the universe, and they are exclusive and they hoard some of the old stuff. And he's disgraced, so it seems he was booted out from his position for some stuff. We don't know what. Don't care, actually. Then we got here someone that's Eagle. He is a military noble officer from the periphery, from the Taurian Concordat. So, in line with what we choose. That's us, of course. You see here we've Athletic, Lost Tech, MechWarrior, Mercenary from the deep periphery. Yes, Commander. Then we've got Leon McConnell, called Pilgrim. Where's she from? She's from the Inner Sphere. She's a leaguer. Was born in the Free Worlds League, one of the major houses, and is brave. Then we got Pixie. That's Barrett Rivers, and he is also from the Capellan Confederation, from the nobility, and he was a gladiator and a Solaris gladiator, so MechWarriors, of course, can duel in an arena. Then we've got Cecilia Yamaguchi, Recluse, and she's cautious from the Inner Sphere, from the Lion Commonwealth? Yeah, Lion Commonwealth. Or did I do a mistake here? Is it Capellan Confederation, right? Yeah, Campbell Confederation.
Standing by.
Then we've got Short Straw. Domingo Sullivan is our next guy, and he is Canopian, so he's from the periphery, from the Metastry of Canopus. That's down to the southwest, or was down to the southwest. And then we've got Titan, Angus Wilkinson, and he is a command experienced military rebellious spacer out of the periphery as well, and he's got some skills as well. So he's got focused fire, call shot multiplier on -1 recoil, which is nice, and he's got movement distance and sprint, elite foot. Okay, so I would say actually Titan, we're gonna take a 1-day skip, and the reason being is that our guy here, we have the, what was it, mercenary background, so we're getting a unit, so we're doing 1 day, and there it is. Let's see what we get. Severance pay, okay. See what he has to give us, and we get a Wolfhound 2C, a rare mech 35 tonner, okay. Felian Kell and his Wolfhound nicknamed Grinner were captured by the forces of Clan Wolf during Operation Revival. When Felian was introduced to Wolf Clan as a warrior, Khan Ulrich Kerensky ordered his mech to be upgraded using clan technology. Ooh, we got a clan mech. Wow, okay. So Wolfhound is a unit that came into being later on, and yeah, there's some stuff mentioned here. So Clan Wolf is one of the returning old Star League clans. These are the remnants of the old Star League, and they came back with the idea to conquer the Inner Sphere and get rid of all of the Inner Sphere and noble houses. And Operation Revival was one particular part in the reconquest where some stuff happened. And Wolf Clan was one of the biggest clans there is. And the Khan is the leader of a clan, and the Sarkhan is the second in command. So let's quickly check out this Wolfhound 2C. To be honest, he's got some special equipment here, electronic countermeasure suit. Quickly check this guy. Oh, he's got some armor going for him. So let's see durability. He's got 648 armor because he's got endosteel. So you see C stands for clan tech. And he's special because he has ferrofibrous and endosteel. So if I take that away, you can see here below that's normal armor, normal structure. That's what you saw on the what's it called? Man, the Centurion. And this one is the upgraded stuff. So you see here, this gives us a weight reduction for the armor, takes some of the hard points away, but that's fine. If I take this away, you see hard points are taken, and I've got only so much space, but we still got some over, so we're fine. And endosteel is also our internal structure, getting upgraded, getting harder, but as also taking away the tonnage. You can see here we're limited by the tonnage, so 35 tons is what this mech can do, and if we take this out, we are 3.5 tons close to over. That's why we need that. And you can see here we've got some double heat sinks, we've got a countermeasure thing that's gonna help us with sensor range and jamming equipment from the enemy. We've got a large laser, that's a very strong laser. You can see AC-20 had 100 damage, this thing has 50 damage on a very long range. And we've got a medium pulse laser, that's a very quick shooting, and it's also +2 to grouping, and it gives us accuracy because it's a pulse laser, and we've got 3 of them. We've got a normal laser. So this thing has some stuff to it, some punch, and I like it. So that's the starting thing we have, and I think we talked long enough, or I talked long enough to you and about everything here. And I would say we are going for our first contract. So let's go to the command center. We can do whatever we want. And you see here different markers, and each of those are different things. So this, for example, is a duel in the Highlands, and there's something here. In our base and our streets have been plagued by pirates. We've challenged them to a trial of refusal, hopefully driving them from the system once and for all. So there is stuff to be done here, and I think we're gonna start off with a battle. I think I wanna test drive all of our stuff. You can see this is a small little one. This one is no one, that's the planetary government, and sometimes you get some hints on who you're gonna go up against, of course, because to fight you have to have a counterpart, and there are lots of factions. And if you go into reputation, you can see here lots and lots of factions, and some hate us, some love us, and some can be outright trying to kill us and refuse to work with us. But since the Wolf Empire is the holder of the system, they are the main force here. This mission has some restrictions on the weight of the mechs you can field, and it only 2 mechs. How about we start off with something like this? What is this? Blackout Lowlands. I don't know what Blackout is. A battle in the lowlands. I think that's what we do. Due to logistical issues, we have only a single heavy air set to task with the destruction of an isolated enemy force. We'd like to hire you to fill out the unit and temporarily place our assets under your control. Arrangements like this have generally worked well for us in the past. However, our liability department insists on a deposit of 50% of your negotiated compensation. Yeah. We're gonna negotiate that, and you can see we're playing against the pirates, so we're not getting any reputation, but we're losing reputation against the pirates. And what we can do here is we can play around with, fiddle around with this. So if this, our employer, was someone we could get reputation with, we could also fiddle with that. But for now we could get either payment or we could get more of the salvage. And what that means is we get 2 priority salvage we can use after the fight, and we get 11 randomly selected ones. And to be honest, I think for 80,000 reduction in money, C-bills, we get 1 more pick. And I'm gonna take the 1 more pick. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work out, but yeah. We get a VTOL with us, so there is a gunship going with us. We got a maximum of 400 tons we could put down. We also have to pay for what we're doing. And we're gonna take the Centurion with us, and the Centurion, you also see we are limited in space. We got 4 mechs we can bring down, and then we get some VTOLs and flyers and tanks. And what we're gonna do is we take the Centurion with us, and since we've got already a good shooter, a Titan is gonna be our pilot for the Centurion in the future. Then we're gonna take the Sentinel. The Sentinel is gonna be the unit for Diamond, as we're gonna make use of his special ability. And the Wolfhound, the clan mech, that's ours. So we're gonna pilot the Wolfhound and gonna do our thing, and that's it. We have no more space. We've got 2 more left here. And here you can see the tonnage range, so 20 to 35, 40 to 55, what I said. And you see here, we got Lance A, Lance B, we get more slots later on, and for now we are good. We've got a drop cost of 80,000, we are probably way over what this needs, but this is the first, our first drop. So I'm gonna be back with you once we're inside the thing here, the contract, and then we're gonna start. So we are back. We've loaded in, and here's our Leopard, and here we come.
Interface initiated.
There we are. You got a commander right out in the open. So there are some enemies there, amateurs. It's okay, we're gonna hunt them down. This fog-covered sunset is going to mess with your visuals, but sensors should be fine. Okay, so it's gonna be harder to shoot. So that's what I take from that. Yeah. Well, how did I, what can I do? Ah, here. So we've got, you can see the units in action now here. So you see here, there's our Sentinel, there's our Centurion, there's us, and there is the VTOL. And we need to keep the VTOL alive. And over here you can see there's enemies, and we can actually see them. I'm very surprised that we can actually see them, as this field is far away. Maybe that's center range and a Sentinel that's up to Diamond here. So how does this work? Long story short, you see here an initiative phase. So the quicker you are, the earlier you can move. And you can see here Diamond in his Sentinel is the quickest one. That's also down to his tactics. Titan is going to be the last. And yeah, we can reserve. So if we don't want to move, we can reserve. And this is simultaneous fighting. So if you lose a weapon, you lose a weapon, and it's gonna be decided by the initiative. And you see here, there's a 13-1, an incubus, there's a glint on 5, and then on 8 there's a spider. And in general, it's advisable in the Battletech universe to be the one that moves more or less later if you want to see what the enemy does and if you want to position to the enemy, because positioning is very important in this one. So we're gonna reserve and let him move. Okay, he's gonna stay. Interesting. He stayed as well. I don't know why he stayed, but fine.
Standing by.
We're gonna move now. And as you can see here, we are limited by what our machines can give us. We can move, we can run. And the part you see around here, the circle, that's our sensor range. I think that's our sensor range, or the ECM, I'm not sure. I think that's the sensor range. And the dotted lines are possible shooting ways if we had the range. And I think in the first round you can't attack anyway. So what we want to do is we're going to go over here, we're going to move along this line, that's the idea, and we're going to stay in cover as the things here will give us some cover. We can't attack, we are way off. So we got an AC and LRM. Okay, yeah, we can't do much, we're done. Then we're going to take Spiff here. Spiff is gonna move to the right as well. And we're gonna take as much of the speed with us as possible. Done. So Diamond is gonna move. So you see here we've got the small little a small little sign here for woods that tells us that we are now in a partial cover. Partial cover means it's harder for the enemy to hit us. Or it should be harder for him to hit us. And you will see here in a short minute that everything here is chance-based. And if we hit or not hit, that's all down to different things. We're gonna see that in a minute here. So, they moved. We've got some of the... didn't see that before. There's a Bloodhound, BLH. That's not really a mech, that's a thing between a mech and an elemental. So if we hover over this, you see here there are 2 units with a bit of stuff. And killing them, that's more glorified, better elemental. Or it's a thing between, yeah, I would say between an elemental and a mech, somewhere in between there. We are gonna reserve again. Let the Clint move. The Clint is gonna be the hardest to kill because he's a 40-tonner here. The rest is paper thin. And now you see here we can shoot. So we want to move. The pips you see here means we've got defense, and blue means we've got an indirect fire line, and red means we've got a direct fire line. And we're gonna move here. And what you see here is the optimal range, the best range for all our weapons. This is a good range, and there's a minimum range. And the minimum range is, of course, for our LRMs, long-range missiles, which have a minimum range we can shoot at. So, and if we now move over an enemy, I say, for example, this one, you can see that we have got a very, very bad chance to hit. So we can shoot hot-loaded or standard, we can shoot in swarm or standard mode. You see we've got ammo, so once the ammo is gone, it's depleted, we can't shoot anymore. And here you can see why we are not hitting. So our gunnery is on 5, which gives us a 92% chance to hit. But then again, we are above max range for the LRM. We are in the forest, and I think he's in the forest? No, we are in the forest, so +1 here as well. A target moved +8 because he ran and moved ourselves. We have no sensor data on him, and his size is low, which means we've got a shot modifier of +24. And in the tabletop, that works out to, you take your gunnery, you take the all of the movement stuff, all of the what you ever see here, and then you have to roll above the number that's given, and as you can see here, chances are we can only hit on a very slimmest of chances here. So we could also think about maybe getting this one. It's even lower. 4.5, 1. So we're gonna try that. If we shoot this, it also gives us some heat. You will see that the heat meter for this mech will go up, but since it's not enough heat, it will go down after the round. You see here we are not producing any more heat, as shooting just an LRM is not gonna really do anything here.
Negative damage.
Yeah, we're gonna take this one slower, just to get into the groove of things. Let's take our Sentinel, and we are gonna continue with our path on top. And I think I'm gonna run and... Ooh, we could run. No, we're gonna stay here and we're gonna bring him into position because I want him to give us sensor. Look at this. We've got now sensor ability here. And since we've got now a sensor lock on them, or not a sensor lock, but we've got them in sensor range and get more data about them, we have a better chance of hitting them. So the malice you saw with no sensor data, now we've got them. And now we can also see what they have, how their damage looks like, what they have. This spider is a very curious one with arc welders and a fluid gun. The Incubus has some heavy chem lasers. Here you can see they've got small and medium and pulse lasers, so we should get rid of that. That's very... these weapons can be very dangerous to us. And this one as well. He's got medium lasers. Pulse, I think, is that's it for the Clint. No, pirate. Piece for pirate, probably, right? Let me quickly check.
Yeah.
Our Wolverine is... Yeah, it says pulse laser, so that's probably pirate. Okay, we are gonna move... Are we gonna move up top here and chance being hit? What's the shooting chance here? 17 on the long range, 12, 17. We're gonna move up here. And we're gonna shoot our large laser into, I think, whatever has the highest chance to hit. That's the Incubus. And you can see here some of our modifiers. So we are detected. We've got an ECM shield. That's from our Sentry, from Titan, from Diamond. We've cut cover, so 20% less damage. It's a foggy sunset, so visibility is lower, but all units get a bit more defense. And we are in forest for cover. It's harder to shoot out of a forest, but it also gives us some cover. And if you look in here now, you can see we've got gunnery, we've got a weapon accuracy bonus. The size is normal. We're still on long range, but not max range. And we moved, the enemy moved, and we still got no sensors here. And we missed. I mean, 17% is a low chance, of course, so yeah. And that's a quick sell, by the way. QCS means quick sell. And quick sell means that's some cheap weaponry which is worse than the standard variant. And look at this. This thing has some punch. Let's see, I think we're gonna give this one a go. This is an anti-air IMTA rack. Never seen it before. Wing mounted. It's a streak launcher. Only fires if the attack roll succeeds. If it doesn't, it misses. Yeah, we're not gonna shoot here. We've got a Phoenix missile. Can we change that? No. What happened? Why did this change? Okay, this is gonna do some damage plus some heat damage, I think. We're gonna shoot the missile here. We're gonna try one. We don't want to shoot the AA. We're gonna shoot for 38%. We only got 3 shots, so maybe we hold off on those. I think we hold off on the missile once we've got a better shot chance here. We've got a streak LRM. Streaks only shoot if the target... so only attacks if the roll is successful, so we're not wasting any ammunition. So let's shoot.
Locking on.
And nothing shot. Ooh. There is more enemies. More enemies are coming. And here we are. Mask is off. Mask is Meyermer. So that's a special thing where when you activate it, you're running faster, but at the chance of damaging your mech or machine. So, where do we want to go? I think Titan is gonna reserve. We're gonna wait a turn here. Diamond, our sentinel, is gonna move up. I'm not quite sure if we really want to move into melee range with them, or if we want to stay on long range and make use of our better weapons. So how about we go for... Over here, that's not really necessary. Over here, we can only shoot that. I could go up top here and try to shoot that, but yeah, that's not necessary. What we're gonna do actually is gonna move over here and gonna get some
pedal to the metal.
Get him around here so that we have two sides. And there's someone coming in the back. So, Titan, wait a minute, I have to check something. I'm fine, okay. So, Centurion, now I think we're gonna move up here into a better firing position.
Confirmed.
That's a 7%, let's see, 4, 7, 7, 17, 24. Let's give it a go.
Locking on target.
And we hit. Nice.
I await your command.
Spiff. Spiff is gonna move in. We're gonna move here. Can we get a better firing solution? We need to be very careful not to lose this guy. Okay. 41 on the streaks. What if I go down here? That's a 41 on the streaks as well. 41 still. Can we get closer? No, I don't think we get anything better than 41. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're moving down here.
I will be done.
And we are gonna move here. And hope we survive this. It's a bit risky, but we're gonna try here. So who's got the best? 68% on our big weapons. Ooh, we can only shoot on one target at a time, as you can see. What we want to do actually is we're going to shoot at the Clint, to be honest, and we're going to try to hit him with the Phoenix missiles. I think 68 is a very nice chance. What's the damage on this one? 40 damage. Okay, let's try it.
Acknowledge.
Okay, it went awry. It didn't hit. But some of the lasers hit and some of the LRMs hit. And you see, we put a bit of a dent in him, but not quite as much. Let's move on. That's very dangerous. Going here for nothing else. We're gonna move in here. We're gonna stay in the woods, and we're gonna try a shot. Ooh, nice. A hit. Very nice. More pirates on the field. Has kindly added destroying this group onto a objective. Okay. What do we get? Is it a single one? Okay, they're moving around. Please don't hit the VTOL. Okay, they didn't shoot. What do we get? I see a Valkyrie. I see a tank and 2 more. Ooh, wow.
What can I do for you?
That's, by the way, a half skull mission. So we are still in the beginning of the game and yet already outnumbered. Okay, where are you going? Are you trying to shoot the VTOL? No, you're not trying to shoot the VTOL. Yeah, they're trying to cover the distance, get to us quickly. Okay, there's a Valkyrie coming. You see some missiles in the side of its torso. Okay, this one didn't shoot. There's the Clint. Maybe we can get the Clint gone. Didn't hit. Oh, a harasser. Okay, that's a small hovercraft. That should have some SRM-6s. Okay. 45 armor. Maybe we can get rid of this quickly. This one has light rifles and a lot of armor. Okay. The Clint The Valkyrie has a medium laser LRMs and is a 30-tonner. And this one, ooh, we could take out this maybe. Okay. Titan. Where do we move Titan? Around here? Get a shot at this? Don't think so. Not really. What if we go down here? We get a better chance at them, but not really. If I go up top here, that doesn't really change anything. Okay, we all know what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Titan to the left. He's gonna hold out the left-hand side here, hopefully. Take some of the force, and we are moving with the Wolfhound and the Sentinel to the right. Let's see what we can shoot here. A 32 and a 19.5 on the Spider. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, actually. Normally you should kill one thing at a time and concentrate your fire.
Let's see how you handle this.
Oh, we should also be very careful with our AC-20s, because we only got 10... we only got 10 shots for the whole mission. And then it's out. Can we get into firing solution? Can we get a firing solution on any other? No. How about we move here and stand here and shoot Ultra AC5 shot. I don't want to waste this shot, so we are bracing and we're not shooting. And here comes our flyer. And I want to take out the Clint quickly, because if it's gone, it's gone. Let's shoot the other missile. We're not gonna bomb drop, that's not necessary. But we're gonna use an anti-air rack. No, that's not gonna be used, but this one is streak. Yeah, okay, fine. Phoenix, nothing else here. Or do we shoot both of them onto the target? I mean, 78, there's never gonna be a better chance, right? Let's try it.
Locked and loaded.
Hit, hit. That's a lot of hits, and that's ammo explosion. That's what can happen. If your structure gets exposed and you get hit into the structure, there can be ammo explosions, and they are really nasty. They can take off chunks of your mech, and in the normal... Yeah, in the normal gameplay on the tabletop, normally an ammo explosion is the worst thing that can happen to you, because if it will take out a lot of stuff, and that's not what you want. It's gonna rip open your mech. We're gonna sprint up over here. I think we're gonna sprint here for now. Let's see if we can get a shot off onto this. Ooh, nice. We hit him. That was a lucky shot. Really, really lucky shot. It exploded because it only had 25 life on the armor on the left, and I think 5 structure. And we did more than that as damage, and that's why it exploded. Because once the structure is gone, it's gone. Yeah. 13, 11. Can we shoot the Clint from up top here? Ooh, we could even shoot in the back of the Spider. We're not hitting that. 43. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Chances are high to hit. We're gonna do a double shot for 5% less. Double hit. Very nice. He's gonna topple over. And there is a graphical mistake. This arm should be gone. Oh, nice. Falling down, by the way, does some damage to you. And what we did was we did enough stability damage that he toppled over. And by toppling over, he did damage to his structure and armor. And since we already took out the armor on the arm, he toppled over and took extra damage, and the arm is gone. And you see here, this Clint is gonna be nearly out of commission. He's got only one energy weapon left to play with. He's nearly finished, so chances are he's gonna punch out at some point, because this mech is probably finished. Okay, let's see here. Do we go into melee range with this? The AC-20 gets better the closer we get, but the closer we get, the higher the chance that they will surround us and try to hit us in melee. Ooh, Spiff's gonna come in. Do we roll in here? Can we hit this incubus? What is that? Ooh, that's the... Did they move already? No, he didn't move yet. So we could hit the spider in the back if we could. He hasn't moved yet. He hasn't moved yet. They have moved up top there. So if I move here, we could try to take out the stuff here. Ooh, how about we go for the back of the incubus? I know it exposes our backside, but we've got 11 pips. And we've got a very high chance here. We're gonna shoot one missile. We're gonna shoot the pulse lasers. We're gonna shoot the streak SRMs. And we're gonna drop one bomb on him, try to hit him.
Firing at enemy 6.
Hit. And the backside is always the worst part of the mech armor-wise. And if you can attack in the back, that's the best you can do, because then you're quicker in the very structural parts of the enemy. Okay, that was a medium laser. Yeah, I'm very surprised that he's actually still up and going. Would have thought maybe his morale breaks and he would go away, but he didn't want to, it seems. And here comes the mech is on fire, so he is gonna get some... Ooh, ow. Remember the armor? We've got not enough armor to take many of these hits. See this? We are already down a half health on the side torso, the right one. And if that one goes and explodes, especially our ammo, then we have a really big problem, because then our weapon is gonna be gone. And that's very, very bad for us. So we need to do some maneuvering, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do about that. We're gonna go into the back of the spider because he presents it so nicely for us, and we're gonna try to hit him in the back. And you can see here we got a tiny amount of heat going, but with all of the double heat sinks, this thing is a very cool mech. And he's out. We killed his center torso probably, because his back armor is like, oh, I don't know. I think his back armor is something like 10 max, I guess 5, and then some internal structure, so yeah. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna turn, and we're gonna turn to the left hand side to present the left side for the enemy. So if I do this, it's harder for them to hit the right hand side. All of these here can only hit our left side, and the right side is a bit more covered, so we're gonna protect the right torso if possible. So that's how you maneuver around with that stuff. We're gonna shoot the incubus, and we hit him. Yeah, the AC-20 is brutal. He is gone, because imagine 100 damage on something like this. Yeah, if you take this, look at this. If you look at that, 100 damage, he's got 60. That's a 40 tonner. He's got 60 armor and 50. That's 110. So nearly gone with one hit. And something like a light mech, something like this one, for example, you can see we would have really did damage to one of them. And the lighter mechs, like the Valkyrie, you see here 90 damage. So we cleanly took off something. And the Incubus had even less armor than this. And that's why it's gone. One single AC-20 hit. They have to hit. And if they hit, they are brutal. But if they don't hit, well, you're in trouble. I think we're gonna move in here and gonna take out the...
On my way.
We need to be careful with this one, because this is made out of paper. So by the first hits, we have to go out and go away. And that's what I meant. Morale is out, pilot ejected. So this mech is now here and not destroyed. It's just there. Okay, there was a 13 hit. That's good. Now we need to get away from these.
Is that it? I'm barely scratched.
The Valkyrie will probably shoot at us as well. And no hit. Good. So we're still fine. We already destroyed nearly everything of the first lands. And now we have to kill off this stuff. And we're gonna do... They don't have any back armor. So what we're gonna do is we take this VTOL, bring it over here. And we're gonna try to do some damage on the approach here from them. Let's go here. And we're gonna shoot onto this, and we can hit everything. That's good. Because if we hit the right part, it's gone. We're gonna use both missiles, because if it's gone, it's gone.
Engaging target.
Oh, and one of the streaks hit. Both of the streaks hit, actually.
Alright, folks, let's get this done.
Nice. Right through the armor.
Math, Chief.
The
One less target.
advantage from, if you're thinking, well, tanks are stupid, the advantage of tanks is they don't have any heat management. So if you put a lot of stuff into them, they can really, really hit hard and hit the enemy where it hurts. But at the same time, they are also very, very fragile. So you can lose them very quickly if you're unlucky. And just like you saw here, the tank was gone instantly. But he could have done a lot of damage to us. That's that. So let's move in. We're gonna keep to cover. Titan is looking fine. Yeah, we're gonna shoot that.
Aye, aye.
No cost to it. We're just gonna shoot. Okay, we shouldn't hit our own guy in the back here, but we're fine. Oh, he's coming around for the wolf hunt. No, he's going into the back armor. No, he's running away. Okay.
Waiting on you,
So we
Commander.
can pull out the sentinel to the back. Can we get to them? Oh, they are off and away. Okay. Interesting. So can we take out the Valkyrie? I think we're gonna run up to the Valkyrie now.
Going turbo.
In cover with 7 pips, and we should be fine. We're gonna preserve. Or do we shoot? No, we're on recoil, right? We got a recoil malice, yeah. So we're gonna take out this. We're just gonna try to shoot the streak.
I may need
Didn't
some more
hit.
time in the simulator.
Okay, and now it's
Standing
Spiff's turn. Without this thing, that would be way harder.
Hit.
Oh, what happened? What did happen? Not sure what happened there. And we're gonna shoot with a bomb as well.
Engaging.
Yeah, that thing is gonna...
Alright, folks, let's get this done.
Ooh, Artemis ammo explosion.
Reporting enemy
That's what
Battletech
happens when you have
down.
an ammo
Around.
explosion. That was yeah, bad. Wow.
Roger that.
You can have really lucky shots, and the same goes for the other part. You can have you can be really unlucky, and if you're very unlucky, someone can hit through your armor and really kill you. So we're not going to take the accuracy penalty. I don't think that's going to be worth it. Any ability needed here? No, we don't need vigilance. We're just going to fire here. And we hit twice. Ooh, MechWarrior crit. Let's see. Okay, one of them has lost all its armor, so we're through to the structure now.
Ready for orders.
Let's speed up. So you can see here the Centurion is now out of the match.
Target locked
As
on rear
this is so quick, we're not gonna... If it decides to run over here, we're not gonna get into range to really do anything to it.
Commander,
I still don't get why this VTOL was damaged.
position confirmed.
Ooh, is this Phantom? Okay. We can't shoot, so we're gonna brace. And you, Sentinel,
What can I do
come
for
up
ya?
top here. Okay, we're gonna wait. Can't do anything here. Let's let him move. He's running away. I hate that. They're just running now. So we have to go after them
Waiting on
and
you, Commander.
get some hits in. Let's cut him off. Let's bring Sentinel up
Got it.
to the left
Max
here.
speed, no shooting.
And let's take ourselves to... So if they go to the right, we're gonna bring the Centurion back over here. If he goes to the right, we should have him. If they go to the left, Sentinel should be there.
Okay.
We're gonna go right in the middle and with some cover. Hit. And that's the... nice. That was the one that was already damaged.
Hit, but still breathing. Over.
And the other one is... yeah, has some armor left.
Receiving you.
So Titan has to come back here.
Let's move.
I think we're not shooting. Yeah, that's not necessary.
Oh, hell yes. I hear ya.
And we're gonna move here.
Pedal to the metal.
And here we are.
Sir.
We could shoot from a standing point, or we could go really close. Like, close. Guardian EMC is... oh, we could activate the EMC, of course. Let's move in closer.
Yes, sir.
And try to hit him. Needle probe active. Few hits. Nothing major. Ooh, it even has jump jets. Interesting. Didn't know it had jump jets. So jump jets... what is happening? Oh no, that was the other pilot. Okay. I was thinking, why is he losing life? But it was the enemy pilot in the Valkyrie. And he's coming around here, so let's see if we can cover him off. Yeah, we don't shooting.
Hey.
Not necessary.
Let's slip the dog war.
Diamond, come in here, please.
Going turbo.
Let's try. If we hit, we hit. If not, nothing happens. That's the good part about the.
Affirmative.
Okay, that's the good part about the streak stuff. That only shoots if the target lock is successful, because you can shoot and will not lose any ammunition.
Yes,
We're just gonna try and. If you hit, you hit. If not, nothing happened.
Keep pushing, MechWarriors.
And we did it.
One down.
Wasted. Okay. And that's it. A milk run, more or less, because we played it fine. And the VTOL was the thing that carried us here, let's say. Let's be honest here. Without the VTOL, this would have been way, way worse, because that thing packed the punch. And that's what happens after contract. So you get all of your objectives, you get the bonus objectives. You see here we get an increased payment, but we also lose reputation. The one we already would have lost for the normal contract, and the extra one for the other additional thing. And you can see here we get some deductions, so for ammunitions, for drop costs, and heatsink upkeep and coolant costs. So there's maintenance stuff. And if you remember, we got 200,000 out of this, a bit more than 200,000. We got a 50,000 extra for the additional stuff, and then, yeah, after reductions, we got this. And 164 is not much. And now comes the important part. First up, okay, not the second important part. You can see here the XP you are earning and the overall status of your mechs. And they won't repair automatically, or at least that's what I remember. Rather, you have to repair that stuff. Otherwise, they stay as they are. And now comes the salvage part. So, once you've done your mission, and now it's coming in with the 3 priority 15, you can see here we have a pick on what we want to take. For example, for a priority pick plus 10, we could take the Incubus, the quick sell one, and if you look on information, you can see what's still inside. So the heatsink kit double is destroyed, the engine is destroyed, so that thing is basically useless. And getting that, see that? No, we have to get an engine in here, we have to get some chem lasers or some weapons. So what we get is the hull, but nothing else. And I would say we don't need that. So I will disassemble that and see if something interesting is in there that we're gonna get. And these are the single parts. And that's where the 5 comes in, we choose in the beginning. So if I wanted to the Clint pirate version, we're gonna have to have 5 of those, and we only get 3, as you can see here. And you can see here, it's a pirate mech with a possibility of 6 jump jets, 2 lasers, 1 LRM or one rocket, and 3 support weapons. The Harriser, that's the small one, and here we can see, yeah, it had 35 on the sides and 15 in the middle, and 50 damage was exactly what our large laser did, and that's why we punched through him, 1 large laser, and he was gone. That's why I wouldn't take a Harriser, by the way, because these are cheap, but they also die quickly, as to get into range for the SRMs, you have to be in range of enemy weapons fire, and then, yeah, that could be bad. I mean, we could assemble him, look at this. If I take this, we could assemble a Harasser, and then we would have, we had a chance to have, we could have a chance to get him, but... So we're not gonna take the Piscus as well, the Spider, the Valkyrie. Interesting mech, I would say. But right now, let's first check if there's some nice stuff here. So there is a medium laser pirate version. So it has variance in its damage, but a better accuracy. We've got an extended range medium laser, and that's very nice. But I want to check down here if there's something special here. 3-ton combat shield. Never seen that. Use a handheld slot, requires lower arm, requires 3-ton capacity, and installed arm gains 12 damage reduction, and okay, armor pen reduction and tech reduction. Okay, so this one is for fluff and stuff. Ferro Quicksell. To be honest, it takes up some slots. It's lighter than the popular ferrofibrous armor, but only slightly bulkier and reserves 12 slots. To be honest, yes, maybe. We're gonna put that in here for now. There's a sensor on this. Ammo. We don't need that. Don't need normal structure. We don't need a cooling kit. If you want to build a mech, of course, you have to have all of these components at the ready. I'm thinking about maybe taking a double heatsink, but not sure. Maybe an engine. An engine as a reserve for if something stupid happens. And I think then we're gonna take a part of a Clint. I'm thinking about taking a second Clint, maybe. But for now, let's take a Clint part, an engine, and a Ferro, and then we're gonna get now 12 other random picks. So we got a part of a Bloodhound, we got a part of the Incubus Quicksell, which we're gonna sell right away. We're gonna sell the part for the tank. I don't want that. Valkyrie I'll take, Spider I'll take, the Arc Welder we don't need. Armor, generic armor we don't need for now, as I don't plan right now. I don't want to stock up on basic parts that we would need to upgrade a primitive thing. Oh, we got the advanced sensor thing here. Okay, we keep it. We keep the cooling system, we keep the standard fusion engine, and we can get rid of the cam ammo. And we're done. And we are over an hour in, because of me rambling and because of the way I played this, and gave some insight here, more or less. That's that. Next time around, we will continue here, but then we're gonna go straight into more missions, of course, because I wanna do more missions now with you and get to the interesting part. War activities. Wolf Empire took Ensfeld from Society. No Faction took Valunga from Green Ghost, and the Wrestle Dominion took Wipeout from Word of Blake. Yeah, we could register this. I'm probably gonna do that at some point, but for now I'm fine. with just playing. So a couple of mechs were damaged. We need 2 days to repair it all, and I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna quickly go 2 days, once, twice, and done. Give the Centurion a go.
Job's done, Commander.
And we are ready for next time. Also, there's fatigue, as you can see here. There would have been fatigue, so we couldn't have taken this. We could have taken the same guys again, but I don't want to go in with the other ones with damaged mechs or scrapped mechs, because chances are high we would lose something. Anyway, that's that for this episode. Thanks for watching. That was the first episode of we're not actually Henuel's Marauders. Actually, we're gonna be the thing I've always been, the Henuel's Heroes, and that's our company. I'm gonna fiddle around with this, and I'm gonna show you next time what we're going with. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you like it, and next time around we do more missions, less rambling, more missions. Until then, bye bye.